ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ 8ാം ക്ലാസ്സിലെ സോഷ്യൽ സയൻസിൻ്റെ 5ാമത്തെ ചാപ്റ്ററായ ഏൻഷ്യൻ തമിഴകം എന്ന ചാപ്റ്ററിലെ ഏതാനും നോട്ട്സാണ് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്. വാട്ട് ഈസ് മെൻ ബൈ urn burials or nannangadi? The practice of burying the remains of the deceased by placing them in a big urn prevailed in ancient Tamilakam. Such urns were known as urn burials or nannangadi. List the major megalithic monuments: Stone Circle, Dolmen, Rock Chamber, Kudakkallu, Thoppikkallu, Menhir, Sarcophagus. Which are the major sources of information on the history of ancient Tamilakam? The megalithic monuments and ancient Tamil songs and coins and travelogues and few Tamil inscriptions are the major source of information on the history of ancient Tamilakam. Why is the Iron Age in South India called megalithic period? Different types of iron tools have been discovered from these megalithic monuments. They include sword, spear, knife, lamp, nail, and so on. Hence, this period is known as Iron Age in the South Indian history. Places where megalithic monuments have been found: കൊടുമണൽ, പഴനി, അലഗരെ, മറയൂർ, ഉമ്മിച്ചിപ്പോയിൽ, ചിറമങ്ങാട്. What information on the life in ancient Tamilakam can be gathered from the remains of the megalithic monuments? The people of ancient Tamilakam used iron. They used various types of iron tools like sword, spear, knife, hook, lamp, nail, and so on. The major occupations of the people were agriculture and making of metals and making of clay pots. Besides iron tools, they also used clay pots, beads, etc. The discovery of foreign coins reveals that they had trade relation with foreign countries. They followed different methods in burying the remains of the deceased. What is meant by Sangam literature? The megalithic monuments and the ancient Tamil songs belong to the same period. The region ranging from Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh to Kanyakumari. This included Kerala as well, was called Tamilakam in ancient period. The ancient Tamil songs provide more information about the human life in the ancient Tamilakam. The collection of the ancient Tamil songs is known as Sangam literature. Sangam literature is the most ancient among available Tamil literature. It is believed that these were compiled in the period between BCE 300 and CE 300. Major poets of the Sangam period: Ovayur, Kapilar, Paranar, Madura Nakiran, Palay Gautamanar. Give the classification of Sangam works. പത്തുപാട്ട്, തിരുമുഴുക്കാറ്റുപടേ, മധുരൈ കാഞ്ചി. എട്ടുതൊകൈ, അകനാനൂർ, പുറനാനൂർ, പതിറ്റുപത്ത്. പതിനെൺകീഴുകണക്ക്, തിരുകുറൽ, മുതുമൊഴി കാഞ്ചി. ഗ്രാമർ ടെസ്റ്റ്, തൊൾക്കാപ്പിയം. മഹാകാവ്യ, ചിലപ്പതികാരം, മണിമേഖലൈ. What is the importance of the Sangam works as a source of history? The Sangam literature illustrates the physiography, plentiful resources, food habits, dressing patterns, ornaments, recreational activities, customs, major occupations, and beliefs of the period. Examine the difference between Akampattukal and Purampattukal. The ancient Tamil songs are classified into Akampattukal and Purampattukal. The theme of Akampattukal is mainly personal and family affairs. The Purampattukal treat external affairs like war and trade. Explain the role of physiography in moulding the social life of the Tinais. The Tinai had an important role in moulding the social life of ancient Tamilakam. There were 5 Tinais. Kurinji. Hunting and collecting of forest resources were the means of livelihood of the people in the hilly Kurinji. They engaged in shifting the cultivation as well. Pepper and other spices were cultivated here. Mullai. Rearing of cattle was the major occupation of the people of Mullai, the grassland. In order to increase the cattle wealth, the practice of seizing cattle prevailed. This practice was known as vetchi. Palai. It is the dry lands. People chiefly engaged in stealing cattle. Marudam. Rice and sugarcane were cultivated in the wetland, Marudam. Nethal. Fishing and salt production were the major occupation of the people in the coastal region, Nethal. The exchange system existed in the ancient Tamilakam. The practice of exchange of goods was known as Nodudal. Alallavannam and Nannangadi were the markets of ancient Tamilakam. The commodities for daily use in different Tinai were obtained from these markets. What was the role of Umanar in the trade of ancient Tamilakam? Exchange was done by the merchant group called Umanar. They collected dried fish and salt from the coastal area and exchanged it for spices like pepper and forest products of other Tinais. These exchanges were largely done during summer. The spices collected by the Umanar were sold at trade centers in coastal towns, from where they were exported into foreign countries. Why was the summer suitable for exchange? Summer is the harvest season. Salt and dried fish were made in summer. Prepare a short note on Moovendans. Trade was controlled by 3 power centers, namely the Cholas, the Pandyas and the Cholas. They were together called Moovendans. The capitals of the Cholas, the Pandyas and the Cholas were Muchiri, Madurai and Urayur respectively. Major port cities of Moovendans period. Muchiri, Tondi, Vagai, Mandai, Kaveri Pattanam. Capital of Cholas, Urayur. Capital of Cholas, Muchiri. Capital of Pandyas, Madurai. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ വീഡിയോ ഉപകാരമായെങ്കിൽ തീർച്ചയായും ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുക, കമൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ആൻഡ് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുക.